to Metro Stadium in Buffalo, New York. A lot of snow throughout the day, but it has been cleared, and we are clear for takeoff for tonight's major rivalry game between the Baltimore Crabs and the defending champion New York Knights here on 1000 KDUB Overtime Radio. It's great to have some New York Knight football back. Baltimore's in town. The Knights looking for their first win over the Baltimore Crabs franchise. Let's head down to the field for tonight's coin toss.
This is it.
So Baltimore with some confidence. They are going to put the New York Knight offense on the field first. And from Metro Stadium in Buffalo, New York, a chilly Buffalo, New York, Monday Night Football is on your computer screen / television / any other device that you have. New York on the return, past the 25 and up to the 30, where the return man pounded by two Crab defenders. First down, Knights. We welcome those of you into the SFL chat room, and here in Buffalo, New York, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine. The defending champions back at home for the first time since winning their title 22-20 over the San Francisco Bulldogs, this franchise's second major championship. And right off the bat, an offside on Baltimore. The pass is caught, and we'll see if New York takes the play or takes the yards. Pass caught by Jake Legacy. Crabs a bit nervous here in the early going.
Number 97, Keith. Repeat,
first and 5 at the 35 now after the offside. The Knights come out in the gold helmets, charcoal-colored jerseys, gold pants, red numbers. And on first and 5 from the 35, St. Clair is changing the play out of the shotgun. St. Clair to throw. He's going to throw it again to the right-hand side. That pass is caught. They ruled just shy of the markers. Jake Legacy on the reception, and it's going to bring up a second down and 1 for New York. Baltimore in their navy blue helmets, gold jerseys, navy blue pants.
Second and inches.
With little trim. Second down and 1. The handoff on a stretch play is to Parkey Joel, and he is smothered in the backfield. A loss of 1 on the play. Henry Hittner makes the stop, and it brings up third down and 2 for the Knights. Still looking for their first move of the chains this evening. Baltimore had a penalty that made it first and 5, and then a 4-yard pass to Legacy and a 1-yard loss from Parkey Cho out of the backfield. Third down and 2 now at the Knight 38-yard line. And St. Clair will pass, and he'll swing it outside to a wide-open receiver. That is a first down to Nathan Chambers to the Knight 47. And a good start for New York this evening. Starting offense includes quarterback Wes St. Clair, the receivers number 16, Nathan Chambers, number 82, Jake Legacy. Tight end is number 83, Brock Studwell, and the running back is number 33, Parkey Joel. With 3 in the backfield, He-Chol on a counter, picks up nothing, and He-Chol has had a rough early going, 2 carries, negative 1 yard, second and 10, New York. Baltimore's defense includes linebacker Joe Dazzo, you see there, the Gold Star outside linebacker. Inside linebacker number 55, Henry Hittner. The corners are number 31, DJ Greenwood, and I just drew a blank. Kenneth Lyons, number 22. Offside again on Baltimore. It's their second of this drive. And the Knights will once again take that penalty. We saw a bit of a flag-happy contest yesterday, and early on here, Baltimore is not staying disciplined.
Number 97, Keith. Repeat, second down.
So it's now 2nd down and 5. Douglas jumped offside. I believe he was the same player on the first play of the game to do so. And New York crosses Baltimore territory.
2nd and 5.
Thanks for the comments on the scoreboard, EXFL. 3 wide receivers. Heachol going to take the carry. And again, Heachol is planted in the backfield at midfield. Joe Dazzo comes up to make the tackle. And it brings up 3rd down and 6. 3 carries, -2 yards for Park Heachol. And the first time these two teams ever met, it was last year in the season opener as well, a 30-27 overtime victory. And in that game, New York had only 60 rushing yards. It was the difference in the ball game, as Baltimore did a pretty good job on Heachol. It's now 3rd down and 6. The Knights need the 43.5-yard line, and St. Clair will pass against a late blitz. The pass is caught by Studwell inside the 40, down to the Baltimore 35. First down, Knights. Brock Studwell's first catch of the day, and it's an easy one. As he breaks off to the outside, Henry Hittner was there with him early, not with him late. Didn't get a chance to finish up with the Baltimore defense. It also includes strong safety Eddie Gage, number 27, and Joe Lynn, the free safety, number 26. A 4-3 formation, and St. Clair is under center with 2 receivers. From the right hash mark, he will pass. A little flip pass to Heachol for no gain. Another tackle by Joe Dazzo, who single-handedly wrapped up Heachol in 2 games last year. He just has Heachol's number in their 3 meetings. Second down and 10. New York has had the ball for nearly 5 minutes. Split backs in the backfield. Ball now on the left hash mark, just outside of scoring position. And St. Clair will drop to throw. St. Clair deep, down the sideline, tipped and incomplete. Kenneth Lyons on the coverage on Jake Legacy, the league's all-time leader in touchdowns with 30. And it's 3rd down and 10. I should say wide receiver leader. 3rd down for New York. They've taken a lot of time off the clock, and they've driven about 40 yards, 45 yards. Can they get some points out of it? 3rd down and 10. 8:23 to go in the first quarter. 3 backs in the backfield, and Heachol's got a lot of open space. He's looking for the first down. He's got it with a couple of spin moves to the 21. First down, New York, and their opening drive continues. Best play of the day from Park Heachol. Joe Dazzo came flying in Mike Dazzo, or West St. Clair's face, beg your pardon, and Hittner and Gage had to clean up the mess at the 21-yard line. 1st and 10, New York. A 5-minute opening drive here in their home opener on Monday Night Football. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. And Heachol's alone in the backfield, outside blitz showing. They rush 5, and West St. Clair going to go deep. Wide open, Studwell, and he dropped it. It hit him in the face mask, it looked like, and the pass may have come a little early. Studwell not prepared for it, but the Gold Star tight end drops a wide open touchdown and a big break for Baltimore. That was a scary moment for the Crabs defense. He was all by himself. A 4-3 defense and a tight formation. 2 in the backfield. Heachol takes a handoff. Heachol finds a little space for the first time today, but only a 2-yard gain. 3rd and long again for the Knights. Tackle made by Henry Hittner. Hittner and Dazzo active early. 3rd and 8. Just inside the red zone, in scoring range. And Baltimore creeps up an 8th player in the box. St. Clair to pass. St. Clair down the middle. Got a man. Touchdown, New York! The defending champs are at it again. It's Nathan Chambers from West St. Clair. One heck of an opening drive. A St. Clair to Chambers connection. Eddie Gage's tackle comes too late. And how about that start out of the defending champs? A drive that takes nearly 6 minutes off the clock. The extra point for the New York Knights is good. New York 7, Baltimore nothing here in the early going. Catch your breath, Knights fans. This team is picking up where they left off in their preseason game against Honolulu, where they dumped 43 on the Legends, although the Maulers and Vipers made 43 look silly yesterday, as the Crabs return out to their 31st offensive possession of the game for quarterback Mike Dazzo. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that's with us in the chat tonight. Dazzo47, T Paternity, Vertigo, P Cat Magoo, X Factor 56, EXFL, Bandits APF 2K8, Dazzo 0007, and TJ Cag SFL, and many more. I'm sure to join us throughout the evening. You are watching the Simulation Football League on the SFL Network. 1st and 10 for the Crabs at the 30. I formation in their first play from scrimmage. The handoff to Snyder that lost 2 yards. Tackle made in the backfield by DJ McCoo and Bobby Law, and it's 2nd and 12. Defensive starters for New York include the linebackers Bobby Law, number 53, and DJ McCoo, number 55. The corner is number 0, Isaac Holt. Strong safety, number 45, Marco Silva. Free safety, number 21, Jesus Salvador, as Elliott Snyder breaks it open and picks up 11. Brings up 3rd down and short, and Law makes the tackle, his 2nd on as many plays. 3rd down and short for the Crabs. A nice run from Snyder. So now 2 carries, 9 yards to open up the game. So the Knights go down the field, take 6 minutes off the clock, and get a touchdown to Nathan Chambers. I formation on a 3rd and 1, and Snyder's got a 1st down and a little more, about a 5.5-yard gain out of the 45-yard line. 3 straight runs for the Crabs to open things up, and they have a 1st down. Starting offense for Baltimore includes quarterback number 7, Mike Dazzo. Running back, Elliott Snyder, number 36. The wide receivers, number 3, Nick Quick, and number 17, Demetrius Outdat. 1st and 10 from the 45. New York stacking the box with 8, and they'll hand it off to Snyder, and he's got a hole regardless of how many people are in the box. A 6-yard pickup around the left-hand side brings up a 2nd down and 4 from about midfield.
6 yards on the play. Kobe credited with the tackle.
Final game of the SFL opening week. We begin next week, Saturday afternoon from Honolulu, Hawaii. The Honolulu Legends host the Orlando Intimidators in each team's first game of the season. It's also the newly christened Walsh War as DJ McCoo comes up with that tackle, no gain. The Crabs have run it 5 straight plays to open up their first possession. And now they'll mix it up a little bit. 3 wide receivers, and Dazzo's out of the shotgun with Snyder to his right. Dazzo's first pass of the game against a blitz, and Dazzo's pass is off the hands of the intended receiver and incomplete. Jeb Schaefer, the tight end, was the intended receiver deep, and it's 4th down. A big stop for New York. Strange to not see quick and out that down the field, and the Crabs off to a slow start. They'll have to kick it away. The Legends and the Intimidators both off in week 1, so they've had a couple of weeks to prepare for their big rivalry game. As Baltimore punts it away, will try to pin New York deep. They will not return it. Ball will land at the 7, crash down to the 2, 1, and into the end zone for a touchback. So the Crabs defense will have to have a better second possession. They find themselves in a rare position, trailing early in a ball game. First down and 10. West St. Clair comes back out. Last year, he had the lowest interception total of a quarterback who finished the season, only 7 in 8 regular season games, and also set a record for completion percentage, 83% last season. First and 10 from the 20. 2 backs in the backfield with Chambers at the top of the screen, defended by Greenwood. The handoff goes to Heath Scholl around the right-hand side, finds some space, and drags some defenders for a 4-yard pickup at the 24-yard line, brings up second down and 6. Yet to see the no huddle from the New York Knights, but they will run it occasionally. Second and 6 from the 24. Defensive line shifts for the Crabs, who have 2 offside penalties defensively. St. Clair's pass is caught by, I believe, Studwell for the first down to the Knight 45-yard line, and St. Clair has come out firing. Watch this bullet to Studwell. He didn't need to wait as Eddie Gage bit on the underneath route. Another first and 10 for the New York Knights, whose home schedule gets that much more exciting next Monday night when the San Francisco Bulldogs come to town in a rematch of last season's SFL Championship game. That's next Monday night, New York against San Francisco, here on the Night Radio Network on First and 10 St. Clair. All kinds of time, deep down the field. Again, it's intercepted at the 36-yard line and return to midfield. That is Joe Lynn, and a first down for the Crabs. A big momentum swinging play there as St. Clair becomes disconnected with Brock Studwell. Joe Lynn stepped right in front of the route and got a decent return on it as well. And it brings up a first down for the Crabs in their best starting field position, the New York 49. Five runs, 1 pass play, and incompletion on that first possession for Baltimore. 2 receivers to the top of the screen and Snyder to the left of Mike Dazzo. And Dazzo will drop to pass. He is sacked, a loss of 2 on the play. Knights get the pressure. First sack of the day by either team. Second down, 12. 3 wide receiver set now for Dazzo out of the shotgun. Still looking to complete his first pass of the game. Back to throw. Dazzo down the middle of the field. Incomplete. Hit hard by Jesus Salvador. The free safety, the rookie free safety for the Knights. Third and long. Dazzo's 0 for 2. Mike Dazzo struggled with slow starts last season in his rookie debut. And he's struggling here in the first quarter tonight. Third down and 12. Now 5 wide receivers with an empty set. 3 to the right of the offensive line, 2 to the left. Dazzo back to pass. He fires it short. Outdat had to reach behind him to make the play, and that resulted in an only 2-yard gain. It's 4th and 10 for Baltimore, who does nothing off of the interception from Lynn, and 3 straight pass plays after they ran the football 5 of 6 times on possession number 1.
Oh yeah, this one's mine.
Knights off to a good start. St. Clair has to shake the interception off. Not used to seeing St. Clair throw interceptions, as mentioned earlier on that drive. From the 11-yard line, the Knights on the return, and a good return at that to the 22. An 11-yard pickup following the Crab punt, and the Knights end up with fair field position outside the 20. Check out Alan JD on YouTube at user/rebelrouser1988. He's got some rants like no other, and the hyped Southerners got your SFL connection all season long. Alan JD on YouTube, user/rebelrouser1988. 1st and 10 from the 22. The pass nearly picked off. Lions got a big mitt out on that one. It's 2nd and 10 for New York, and St. Clair's got to be a little bit more patient in that situation. After that first drive, he might have gotten a false sense of confidence, thinking he can just connect with everybody. St. Clair 82 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. A rating is 79 here early. 2nd and 10 at the Knight 22-yard line. A 4-3 defense once again. Legacy top of the screen. Chambers at the bottom. Heachel in the backfield, who has struggled so far trying to run the football. St. Clair steps up in the pocket, throws it short. That's out of bounds. Nathan Chambers didn't know where he was on the field. Now it's 3rd and 10 for New York, and the defenses have really ramped up since New York's opening drive. Third down Knights. This stadium pretty quiet as the Knight offense tries to operate. They need shy of the 32-yard line for the first down, about the 31 and a half. High formation, and St. Clair's in trouble, and he is brought down way back at the 13-yard line. Each team now has a sack. Ron Scott, the defensive tackle, making the play. Just a simple bull rush technique, and it's 4th and long. New York's going to have to punt, and for the second time in 3 possessions, the Baltimore Crabs will have good field position to start their offense. From the end zone, Knights punt it away. From the 49-yard line, and the return is up to only the Knights' 47, but again, tremendous field position there for the Crabs. Sets up a first down. San Antonio Corky is the newest YouTube partner of the Simulation Football League, and you can find S.A. Corky at user/San Antonio Corky. This guy's straight to the effing point videos are awesome. They're just awesome. They really show the greatness of All Pro Football 2K8, and he's got a lot more on his channel as well. Give it a subscribe button punch. San Antonio Corky on YouTube, an official cross-promotion partner of the Simulation Football League. That pass caught by Nick T. Quick, his first of the afternoon, or of the evening, rather, and it's 2nd down and 5 for the Crabs. Quick and Out Dat each have 1 catch in the quarter, but for minimal yardage. Out Dat now at the bottom of the screen, and Quick is in the slot. Dazzo facing a possible blitz, but they back off. Only rush 4. Snyder takes the reception. He's got a first down and more. He cannot be brought down, and it's a gain of about 13 yards as McCoo finally brought him down. But Elliott Snyder in the open field makes New York pay. His first big play receiving of the day, and some poor tackling there by the New York Knights. First down and 10 at the 32 now for Baltimore, nearing scoring position for the first time. Out Dat and Quick, split out wide, offside New York. That's going to be a free play for Dazzo. He's going to go deep down the middle. It's caught wide open for a score. That's going to be a touchdown to Schaefer, and a touchdown for the Crabs for the first time this afternoon, or this evening. I'm going to have to figure out that the sun has gone down at some point.
Number 94. The penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Wide open was Schaefer. And we get another look at it. Dazzo had pressure coming from his backside, and he got it away before it could get there. And nobody covering the non-star tight end, and the Crabs get themselves right back in it. Mike Dazzo's first touchdown pass of the season. You always remember your first, right, guys? Extra point for the Crabs is up and good. 44 seconds remain in the first quarter, and it's Baltimore 7, New York 7. Another classic brewing here at Metro. 2 times these teams met last year. We already mentioned the first meeting in Baltimore, 30-27. At New York last year, the Crabs won narrowly again, 36-34. In both of those games, the two teams combined for over 1,700 yards of offense. And from the 7, New York returns the kick and will get out to the 29. The meeting here at Metro Stadium last year had 7 turnovers. New York had 4 of them. Baltimore 434 total yards. New York 414. Both teams just shy of 300 passing yards and shy of 150 rushing yards. But it was one heck of a game that the Crabs ended up winning by a couple of points. We're all locked up right now, 7-7 in the first quarter. Heachel takes the carry left, makes 2 people miss, and gets his best run of the quarter, a 6-yard gain, now just 10 yards on 6 carries. And Heachel getting some love from his teammates. Second and 4, first quarter winding down. All locked up at 7 here. The handoff goes to Heachel, left-hand side. Oh, Heachel got clobbered on the outside. That was Joel Lynn, and that's how we end the first quarter of play. End of 1 from Metro Stadium. Baltimore 7, New York 7. The Knights face a third down when we return. This is New York Night Football on 1000 KDUB, Overtime Radio.
You want to be extraordinary. And that means going for something you didn't think was possible.
We're here doing the Race Across America on behalf of the Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund. It's a charity designed to build treatment centers for PTSD and TBI.
Well, these guys are writing for our heroes that have come back with brain trauma or post-traumatic stress.
The entire team is honored to have PepsiCo as the title sponsor. They're one of the largest employers of veterans coming out of active duty. 100% of what PepsiCo gave is actually going to support the charity. This was a chance that we could build awareness for the troops who have come back home and sacrificed so much for us.
It always helps when you're riding to have a cause to ride for, to have a reason. This race is known as probably the toughest cycling race in the world. We're riding 3,000 miles.
Non-stop, all night, all day.
It's really a race against the clock to get from coast to coast.
You're riding at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, something you've never ever done.
And this is such a unique experience. I mean, you get to see America in a way that very few people ever will. I'm riding for the charity of our veterans. I'm riding for the fact that they've been injured and they deserve to have a healthcare system that can diagnose their illness.
Being deployed is tough, man, and it's good to know when you come back home that you have guys out there just making sure that you're getting taken care of, right? Making sure that you're getting healthy.
It hits home, makes you realize that this is bigger than just the Race Across America. There's a purpose to it.
We're very honored that PepsiCo would help us carry the torch to the finish line.
Nice graphics.
They're swing metrics from my Garmin S6. Calculates my tempo and power. It even has tempo training.
Can I try it?
Sure.
Okay.
Nice graphics.
The Approach S6 with swing training metrics from Garmin.
New York Night Football on 1000 KDUB is brought to you by the National Rifle Association, by Garmin, by Gatorade, Win from Within, and by Jeep, built free. Start of the second quarter. It's a 3rd down and 4 for the New York Knights. All tied up at 7 with the Baltimore Crabs, and St. Clair will throw it to Heachel with a lot of space. He's got a first down to the 42, a 7-yard pickup, and a nice dump off out of the backfield for St. Clair to pick up the New York Knight first down. First down and 10 at the 42 now for New York following the Heachel reception. Jake Legacy, a quiet night at the bottom of the screen. Lions has the responsibility of guarding him, and right on cue, Legacy is going to make a catch, a 6-yard gain to the 48. I amaze myself every time I do that. St. Clair now 95 passing yards on the night. 5 away from 100, has that touchdown to Chambers. And it's 2nd and 4. 12 minutes to go in the second quarter. We're delighted to have you along for the ride with us tonight on the SFL Network as Parkey Chol makes something out of nothing and gets back to the line of scrimmage, brings up 3rd down. If you haven't been playing SFL Fantasy Football and haven't gotten involved in the Pick'em Challenge, what is wrong with you? It's free money! SimulationFL.com. Week 2 fantasy football teams and Pick'em picks can be made starting Wednesday at SimulationFL.com. It's not too late to win some money. As Brock Studwell gets a first down, and here we go. No huddle time for the Knights. It's 1st and 10. For New York, and back to pass St. Clair. The pass is incomplete, and regardless of the incompletion, the Knights remain in no huddle. And St. Clair drops to throw. The pass is out of bounds, so 3 straight incompletions, or 2 straight incompletions, brings up 3rd down and 10 for New York. And St. Clair will drop the throw down the middle of the field. Caught with one hand down the field to the Crab 21-yard line. First down and 10 for the Knights. A big 3rd down conversion for West St. Clair. 2 backs in the backfield Heachel, the low man in the backfield. That pass is also incomplete. And they'll stop the no huddle after 1 of 4 passing. Legacy now 6 targets, 3 receptions. 2nd and 10 Knights. Let's all take a breath. 2nd and 10 at the 21. And St. Clair's pass is incomplete. 3rd down. Off the hands of Nathan Chambers, and that's now 4 out of the last 5 passes for West St. Clair go down as incompletions, and that's rare, because he completed 83% of his passes last year, and Nathan Chambers has to catch that ball. That is a catch at the 7-yard line and a 1st and goal. Third down and 10, 7-7, but the Knights are on the move thanks to that stellar catch down the field. I believe it was Legacy. Legacy's lined up at the bottom of the screen. Another 3rd and 10. Can the Knights convert again? St. Clair to throw. St. Clair all kinds of time. Going to dump it short. Hecho's going to have to make a lot happen, and it's not going to happen. Joe Lynn and company on the tackle. Only a gain of 5, and the Crabs will force the Knights to settle for a field goal. Good coverage down the field. We'd like to give some shout outs to those of you who I may have missed earlier. Nev Plays, welcome into the chat room, and unfortunately if your name is at the bottom of my list, I can't see it. The field goal from 33 yards away, that kick is good, and the New York Knights regain their lead. A tight ball game as expected thus far. Baltimore 7 and New York 10. Derek Barrow with that field goal. Metro Stadium, this place is an incredibly loud stadium. I can't remember another stadium in the league. Maybe in Grand Rapids, they really could pack the noise in there, but this place makes a lot of noise. And the kick is away. From the 9. Baltimore past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So the Crabs, 1 touchdown, no interception for Mike Dazzo. Since the first possession, Elliott Snyder really has not gotten a lot of touches in this first half. Not good news for the Knights. He'll be fresh in the fourth quarter. First down and 10 at the 26. Snyder's in the backfield, but Dazzle will drop to throw. He'll throw it to Snyder, and Snyder makes 2 people miss, and he's thrown out of bounds, and the Knights lucky they didn't get called for a flag there at the end of that play, a 6-yard gain. And Snyder over He-Chol has been the one making players look silly so far trying to make the tackle. Second down and 4 at the Crab 33. Defensive line shifts from right to left, a 4-3-4 look. Isaac Holt defending Nick Quick. Toss play to Snyder, he cuts it back middle. That's a first down Baltimore to the 39, and Snyder is averaging 4.5 yards a carry here in the opening 15 minutes. First down and 10 at the 39. The weather tonight, it's cold but not snowy. 17 degrees and cloudy. It feels like 2 as Elliott Snyder loses a yard. DJ McCoo fired up. Start the bus. Second and 11. Snow all day in Buffalo, but it held off for the last, next 3 hours or so, and then it will return at about 10 Eastern. Second and 11 from the 39. Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers, and Dazzo drops to throw. Dazzo deep to the right-hand side. The pass is off the hands of Outdat and incomplete. Brings up third down and long, and both teams have had a little trouble making some catches down the field. Outdat normally grabs everything he can get his hands on. Third and long and another empty backfield for Baltimore. Mike Dazzo has not been able to get Outdat and Quick involved thus far. Back to throw. Dazzo pump fake, now checks it down the middle, and it is short of the first down by a couple of yards, and the Crabs will have to punt it away. Again, I can't say enough about the coverage down the field. By this New York Knights secondary, and on 4th and 2, the Baltimore offense stays out on the field. at their own 47-yard line. Trying to get a hard count. New York showing blitz. They have 7 in the box, down to 5 on the play clock. And the Knights are backing off and they're not budging. That would have really been a gutsy call if the Crabs would have decided to go for it. And they'll punt. Next week, after the Walsh War on Saturday, it's the right to play for the CAG Cup on Sunday as the Baltimore Crabs and Minneapolis Maulers will meet on Super Bowl Sunday, but don't worry, it won't affect your Super Bowl plans. The kickoff is at 1:30, and if you are the type of person that needs 4 hours of pregame from the Super Bowl, you're a little crazy. Why not watch the Crabs and Maulers actual football instead? 1:30 p.m. Central, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, a special time here on the SFL Network and on Minneapolis Mauler Radio, the Maulers home opener. First down for New York following the Baltimore punt. They lead 10-7. Scored on their opening possession on a touchdown to Nathan Chambers. The Crabs responded a couple of drives later with a Mike Dazzo pass to the non-star tight end Schaefer. First and 10 of the 19, 3 wide receivers. And back to throw is St. Clair. He checks it down to He-Chol. He makes a couple people miss in the open field. A 4-yard gain is the end result. Eddie Gage, along with one other teammate there to make the tackle at the 23. Second and 5, there's a look at Brock Studwell. He's been active here early. Hasn't taken over the game yet. Two receivers in He-Chol in the backfield. It'll be a St. Clair throw. Outside to Chambers. He is just shy of the first down, and they rule him inbounds. The clock keeps ticking. 3 catches, 32 yards. A nice solid half for Nathan Chambers. The Knights prefer to get their tight end and halfback going before their receivers most of the time, but Chambers doing his job. Third down and 1, halfway through the quarter. Another free play. Third time, and the Crabs got the stop. Third time that Baltimore has jumped offside here in the first half.
Number 97.
And that one really cost them because they would have gotten them off the field. That's number 97 again. Somebody hand that man a pink slip. First and 10 for the New York Knights. New York's drive continues after the 4th offside penalty in the first half, combined 3 for Baltimore. First and 10 of the 33. And St. Clair will check it out to He-Chol. He's got some blockers, but a nice tackle made on the outside by, looks like Greenwood, and it brings up a second down and 7 from the 36. Number 6 to play. Tight ball game. 74.5 rating for St. Clair, 140 yards and a pick. Under center, 4-3 formation for the Baltimore defense. And St. Clair will pass. He'll swing it outside. That's Legacy. That's a first down to the 45. And here we go again with the no huddle from West St. Clair. And the Knights had got him a field goal on the last drive. And St. Clair will pass. He'll swing it outside. That's Chambers. It's caught and staying in bounds to the 41-yard line, or to the Baltimore 46-yard line for a second down and 1. Pass again is caught by Legacy. First and 10. St. Clair throwing again. Caught again. Touchdown at the 33-yard line. A 5-yard gain. And New York will huddle back up. That's Studwell on the reception. And the Knights have given Baltimore problems with their no-huddle offense. New York entering scoring position yet again. St. Clair back to throw over the middle, caught, first down to the 27-yard line, and the Knights are racking up the first downs, and Brock Studwell is racking up the receptions. Joe Dazzo on that last tackle. Dazzo, 4th in the league in tackles last season with 62, had 23 for a loss. First down to the Crab, 27. Knights on the move again, trying to extend their lead. St. Clair is out of the shotgun. And St. Clair goes play action. All kinds of time, and he threw it interception. Picked off on the deflection. There goes Henry Hittner, and he will be caught from behind at the Knight 39-yard line. And St. Clair can't believe it. Check that, Morrell Bruce, the other number 55 on the defense, took the deflection, nearly scored. Tackle made by a slot receiver, but 2 turnovers in the first half have plagued New York, and it's first down for Baltimore, down just 3. St. Clair, with 7 interceptions all of last season, has 2 in the first half. And a first down at the 39. Great field position for Baltimore. Dazzo back to pass. Down the middle, knocked away. Excellent defense in the first half by both teams, and it's 2nd and 10. St. Clair's pocket was larger than a fat man's pants. I mean, it was just enormous. He could see the whole field, and somehow I believe it was the intended receiver, just did not make the catch. 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the top of the screen. And Dazzo drops to throw again. Dazzo unloads deep. It's caught inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. And that, a non-star receiver making a big play, Charles Figueroa, for the first down. Baltimore has turned momentum on its head. Here in the second quarter, Marco Silva nearly got the pick, but makes the tackle instead. 1st and 10 for the Crabs, the New York 17-yard line. 2 West St. Clair interceptions in half number 1. Lynn's defense doing a remarkable job. High snap, back to throw. Snyder inside the 15, down to the 10, and a speed burst carries him to the 8-yard line. 2nd down and 2. Is Ramos Lynn in the house tonight?
Let's go.
2nd and 2 at the 8. I formation. 4-2-5 defense. And they hand off to Snyder. Snyder got a first down. It's actually a 4-3. They just looked a little different. Snyder moves the chains. 1st down and goal for Baltimore. Trying to take their first lead of the evening. I got it right that time. 1st and goal at the 6. Quick at the bottom of the screen. 4 down lineman for New York. And Dazza will throw to Snyder. Snyder in the open field makes a man miss and scores. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Crabs take their first lead of the game following the West St. Clair interception. And that just a little bit too easy. Got to make some better tackles if you're going to contain Elliott Snyder. And the Baltimore Crabs have a 3-point lead. What a momentum swing off of that interception. Extra point for Baltimore. Low snap, and the kick is good. Crabs 14, New York 10. Following a wild turn of events after New York had Baltimore on the ropes. Could have been a 10-point lead, 14-point swing right there. From the 11-yard line, New York on the return, up past the 30 to the 31. Knights now trail for the first time in the game. A three-back look here. Chambers is at the bottom of the screen. It's a handoff on a counter to Heath Joel. Lots of space. There he goes! The little dynamo breaks free for the first time. 10-5 touchdown, New York. It's just that easy. Oh man, on a counter, it only took one move. Lynn went flying, and the Crabs defense was toast. And this game keeps getting better and better. Crabs back down by 3. They held a lead for about 6 seconds. And the extra point for New York is good. The Knights and Crabs trying to do their best Maulers and Vipers impression on the scoreboard here this evening. Super Bowl halftime show next Sunday will feature Katy Perry on the Pepsi halftime report. Due to our low budget, EXFL is going to cover Katy Perry songs. Hashtag not really, hashtag be quiet, hashtag you're hilarious. From the 10-yard line, Baltimore on the return past the 25, up past the 30, and struggling to bring him down. The Knights special teams finally corral the return man at the 34. New York's first touchdown scored by Nathan Chambers on a West St. Clair pass. Down the middle of the field. NY Knights wanted to know. 2:12 to go in the first half, and the Crabs down by a field goal. 14-17 after the Parkey Chol explosion. Out of the shotgun, Dazzo deep down the field. Wide open is Nick T. Quick. He gets free, and Salvador's trying to catch him. He will not. It's another touchdown, and Baltimore regains the lead. Back-to-back one-play drives. Who was covering Nick T. Quick? It doesn't look like anybody was covering him. I don't know. I don't know what the Knights defense was thinking. It's Mike Dazzo's second touchdown pass of the night. And it's 20-17 Baltimore.
Brown is back for the point after. Blake will hold the kick.
These two teams last year scored 57 points in one game, 70 in another. They have 37 here tonight. Low snap again. Boy, that may haunt Baltimore later if they can't get that corrected. But the Crabs go back up by 4. We've had 3 touchdowns in the last 3 offensive plays in this game. And the Crabs kick it away. Return the 28-yard line. I don't think that we're talking about why Quick was so wide open. I don't think he blitzed. I think he was playing a soft zone coverage, and somebody was late getting over there to Quick. It did not look like a blitz on the replay. You could see it at the bottom of the screen. High formation, handoff on a counter to Heachol. Oh man, Heachol rumbling and stumbling to the 32, a 4-yard gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the New York Knights radio networks. You're listening to the home of champions. Night football is on. 1000 KDUB. Overtime Radio, Buffalo. Second down, 6 yards to go from the 32. And St. Clair drops back 3 steps. A quick throw to Heachol, and Heachol met Dazzo's shoulder. No gain, actually lost a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 7. Third down 7 from the 31. And they're going to hand it off to Parkeet Joel. That's surprising, and he took a lick from Gage. No gain on the play. Heachol 86 yards, but 68 of them came on one play. A strange series there for the Knights. 3 straight runs, and they'll have to punt the football away. Baltimore can pad their momentum. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
Oh yeah, this one's mine! This one's mine!
Knights bleed the game clock and kick it away. From the 30. Grabs up to the 32. Baltimore plenty of time, 41 seconds. Dan Stevens and Peter O'Keefe coming up with your first half highlight stats and analysis on the 2K Sports Halftime Report from the SFL Studios in San Antonio, Texas. It all comes your way very soon and a lot to go over. A very exciting first half of play. 1st and 10 for the Crabs. There's a flag. Snyder makes the reception for about a 3-yard gain, and let's get the penalty.
An eligible receiver downfield.
Boy, the Crabs love to get flagged for an eligible receiver. That is a 5-yard penalty. Going to bring it back to 1st and 15. Baltimore has at least 4 penalties for 20 yards here in the first half.
First and 15.
36 seconds to go, a 1st and 15 following the ineligible receiver penalty. Deep ball, and look at that! A wide open again was, this time, Demetrius Outdad, a 1st and 10 at midfield, and the Knights secondary, which started off so hot, has really cooled off, and Mike Dazzo is connecting. These are some easy throws as Baltimore tries to get into field goal range here before the half. Rewind receivers and out of the shotgun. Dazzo's going deep again. This time it's tipped away. Salvador on the outside, and we'll get another look at his nice play on the ball. Pass intended, I believe, for Quick. Dazzo has really opened it up. Holt was also there. They looked like they were going to be looking more towards Elliott Snyder in the early moments of this game, but have found some big plays in the passing game here in the second quarter. 2nd and 10 of the 50, and Dazzo drops to throw. Pass is caught to Snyder. Snyder bounced off a defender and then ran sideways. Only a 4-yard gain. 3rd down and 6. Down to 13 seconds to go. Only one timeout for Baltimore. They have to hurry. Dazzo trying to get him into field goal range. Swings it outside Snyder. He will be tackled in the field of play. And are they going to take a timeout? They're not. Baltimore does not get the timeout in time. And the end of the first half is here. The Crabs 21 and the Knights 17. A wild way to finish it. Crabs by 4. The 2K Sports Halftime Report is next.
For the first half of this one, the Crabs are out in front, 21-17.
Okay, Dan, let's get this halftime show started. What do you have for us? Excellent job, Dan.
The Crabs will receive to start the second half, and they currently enjoy a small lead, 21-17. Let's go down to the field.
Apologize for those technical difficulties with 2K. The second half between the New York Knights and the Baltimore Crabs comes your way next. 21-17, Baltimore. This is Night Radio, 1000 KDUB.
I like making lots of beer, not just a little bit of beer.
I'm Dustin Hazer, the head brewer here at Southern Tier Brewing Company.
My name is Finn DeMink. I'm the president and founder of the Southern Tier Brewing Company.
We're down in Lakewood, New York, which is about an hour and a half south of Buffalo, right on Chautauqua Lake. It's like a big family picnic outside on the weekends in the summertime here, so always a good mix of people, and it's worth the trip to come find us, I think.
I love building things, I love working with my hands. That's probably what originally drove me to craft beer. You could just kind of get right in there and stick your nose in the kettle and stir the mash and feel the hops with your hand and grind them up and smell them. And then, you know, when it's all over, 2-3 weeks later, you have this beautiful glass of beer that you're like, wow, I created that, and it's really good.
Seasons have a huge impact on people's favorite beer. Harvest in the fall is one of the beers that people love to see. Our other main fall beer that people crave, which is the Pumpkin. It's different than a lot of the other pumpkin beers that are out there because we just went after a different part of the whole pumpkin beer mix. Somewhere where we're going is more of like this pumpkin pie flavor. Like we want that to be like the dessert kind of for Thanksgiving dinner. In all my years of brewing, I don't think I ever envisioned contracting pumpkins. Hops, yep. Malt, sure. Pumpkins? That was a new one. It's evident in our finished product that we really do love what we do here, and I think that our growth kind of speaks to that.
We're going to keep evolving. We're going to continue to change. We're going to, still let quality and research and development be driving factors in our business. We're going to stay creative. We're not just going to do what everybody else is doing. We're not going to follow the pack. We're going to be Southern Tier.
Second half here in Buffalo. The Crabs receive the second half kickoff. They have a 21-17 lead on their rivals New York Knights. New York has lost both meetings to Baltimore, once by 3, once by 2, down by 4 here tonight. First and 10 for the Crabs at the 30, and the handoff goes to Elliott Snyder. Got a big hole. Elliott Snyder on the first play of the second half has one man to beat. Holtz trying to chase him. He won't catch him, and the Crabs have their largest lead of the night. And the third time tonight, a team has scored on their first play of the drive. And a nightmare beginning for New York to start the third quarter as Elliott Snyder breaks free for the first time. Now New York has a hill to climb. This team up 10-7, driving down the field late in the third quarter. They had the momentum securely in this game, and it has all fallen apart since for the Knights. The extra point for Baltimore is good. They now lead by 11. And shocking to say the least, Knight fans a bit stunned. And New York is going to have to find some way to respond. From the 9-yard line, New York on the return up to the 26. First down. Check out Aviation Football on YouTube, Vertigo on YouTube at user/VertigoFS. He actually flew the Baltimore Crabs to the game today, or here in Buffalo. He flew them yesterday. You can catch out that video on his YouTube page, and many others involving being a pilot and being an offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Crabs and being a back-to-back CAG NFL champion. Vertigo on YouTube, an official cross-promoter of the Simulation Football League. No gain. Joe Dazzo records his 8th tackle on that pass to the outside to Parkey Chol. Second down and 10.
Second and 10.
Second and 10, 3 backs in the backfield. Chambers is to the top of the screen, a 4-3 look. Hand off to Chol, and again, nothing doing for Chol. And they really need a big pass from West St. Clair. Henry Hittner comes up to make the stop. Baltimore has taken over this game. They trailed 14-17 after Parkey Chol's glorious touchdown run. The Knights have been quiet since. 3rd and 11. And St. Clair's pass nearly intercepted. DJ Greenwood cut off the route. And a 3-and-out for the Knights. Crabs score on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. And the Knights go 3-and-out and have to punt. And the nightmare in the third quarter continuing here for New York. The Crabs have got it together. They were a second-half team last year, and they've been a second-half team so far in the third quarter. From the 40-yard line, Baltimore some room to return, but a nasty fall at the 45 ends that run back. New York, which has not forced a turnover tonight, needs to force a turnover. We failed to get you first quarter stats, and our halftime show gave a little glitch, so we'll definitely be sure to check you or catch you up on the team stats at the end of the third quarter. Dazzo's pass caught by Nick Quick to the Knight 34-yard line. 3 receptions for 92 yards and a touchdown for Quick, who was the league's leading receiver last year, 1,052 yards in his rookie season. Also had 8 touchdowns. Marco Silva on the tackle. And this looks like a completely different New York Knights team. They look deflated. A touchdown here from the Crabs would be monstrous. 3 receivers. Dazzo out of the shotgun, back to throw. Dazzo swings it outside. Pass caught. Gain of 8. That's quick again. He's over 100 yards on 4 grabs. Isaac Holt's got to make a play. The shutdown 0 corner. Quiet on Quick. 2nd and 2 from the 26. The handoff goes to Snyder, and he just bulls through a defender for the first down to the 22-yard line. Knights need to be thinking turnover or forced field goal here. Quick, oh, check that, 99 yards, just shy of 100. Top of the screen now, I formation, 1st and 10 from the 22. And Dazzo will hand it off to Snyder. And the Knights got a pretty good push that time. 2nd and 8, Bobby Law makes the stop. Again, the weather tonight, it's pretty cold, 17 degrees, cloudy. The snow will come back here to Buffalo in about an hour and a half. It feels like 2 degrees. And the crews here did a good job of shoveling snow before the game. Dazzo down the field, caught at the 2. Nick Quick has come alive in the 3rd quarter, and New York can't stop the pass. Mike Dazzo has been on fire. And what a catch. Silva, another tough tackle. But Baltimore has scored 14 unanswered points. They're trying to make it 21. 2 backs in the backfield. Elliott Snyder will walk into the end zone, and this is starting to get ugly as the Knights have fallen apart. A 34-17 lead for Baltimore. And I would be surprised if even the Crab faithful thought that they would have a 17-point lead in the 3rd quarter at this time, particularly with the way the team started this ball game. I don't know what it is about the Baltimore Crabs, but they are a second-half team, no doubt about it. Still a long game, but the Crabs, their offense has just been exceptional. Unstoppable. Kick is good.
The extra point is good.
And the Crabs become the 3rd team this week to score 35 points or more. And there's a long way to go. Baltimore has scored more points in the last 4 minutes, nearly, than the Knights have scored in this game. 35-17. From the 7, New York on the return. Past the 25. Nice job to split defenders up to the 29-yard line. New York needs some points. Stop the bleeding. It hasn't been about Elliott Snyder tonight, although he does have 2 touchdowns. It has been about Mike Dazzo. He does not have an interception. He has played a great ball game. And New York just has not had an answer. St. Clair back to throw. Outside to Heat Scholl. Has some room and is shoved out of bounds after a 7-yard gain. There are the numbers. Dazzo 240 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no picks. That is a really strong night. Second down and 3. Heat Scholl in the backfield, a 3-back set. 4-3 look, defensive line shifts right to left. Blitz showing from the outside. They bring it, and Heat Scholl bounces the outside, and tackle made to save the touchdown by Eddie Gage. Touchdown, I mean first down, although there was a lot of green in front of Park. 3rd and inches. New York does not have a first down in the 3rd quarter. Baltimore has 2 touchdowns in the 3rd quarter. Again, a 3-back set. And a handoff. Oh, St. Clair has to... was St. Clair! Oh, that was one of the best plays I've ever seen! St. Clair could not get the handoff to Park. He avoids a sack and takes off running. Makes Henry Hittner miss and gets tackled by Gage at midfield. Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. That was a great play. Never in my days have I seen something like that. It's a first down, New York. Maybe it can spark the offense. St. Clair swings it out to Heachel, and he picks up 3. And Eddie Gage is hurt. The Silver strong safety, Hittner, calling for the coaching staff to come over. Let's take a look at what happened to Gage on this play. He was the one that made the tackle, and he might have gotten rolled up on there by either a teammate or that defender. Tough to say. 2nd down and 7. Some momentum here for New York. A 4-3 formation. The handoff to Heachol around the left-hand side. There's a flag on the play. Might have been a hold on the outside.
Holding, number 60. Offense, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
That makes it 2nd down and 17, number 60. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. And that puts New York in a tough spot. 2nd down, 17. Prognosis on Eddie Gage coming soon, I'm sure. 3 wide receivers. West St. Clair, can he take advantage of it? Oh boy, I don't know what he was thinking on that play. DJ Greenwood sniffed out the swing pass to Heachol, and now it's 3rd and 17. Knights are struggling right now to keep momentum up.
3rd and 17.
St. Clair going to go under center, 3rd and long. He needs a big play out of one of his receivers. Back to throw, St. Clair, deep to the right-hand side, knocked away. Kenneth Lyons there to make the play. 4th and 17, and New York's got to punt again. Brandon Martinez, the strong safety, in place of Eddie Gage, actually making that play. That's pretty impressive. They tried to take advantage of Gage being out. St. Clair couldn't do it. And Baltimore could really put the Knights out of reach with another score. New York's defense has got to wake up as the Knights punt it away. Fair catch called for at the 23. Still no report on Eddie Gage, and the longer we have to wait, the more serious it could become. Want to remind everybody on the injury rules, there is a glitch in All-Pro. Sometimes it says that a guy is out for a long period of time for an injury that doesn't seem like it should be a long period of time. If the player comes back into the game, it's ruled that that injury report was false, and the player is fine. If he does not re-enter the lineup, then he will be out the length of time that is put up on the screen as Walker comes up with a tackle. A gain of 2 for Elliott Snyder, 2nd down and 8. First potential injury to a non-star, or to a star this season. Eddie Gage in a contract year just signed a big deal in the offseason to stay a Crab. Dazzo back to pass against the blitz. The pass is intercepted. And here comes New York down the sideline. Inside the 10. Touchdown. Touchdown, New York. It's a 12-point game. Isaac Holt plants the sword. New York's back in business. Oh, a much-needed monster play from Isaac Holt on the sideline. Pass intended for Nick Quick. And instead, it's a New York touchdown. We have not gotten the injury result yet on Eddie Gage. T. Paternity was asking. What a play by Isaac Holt. A much-needed big defensive play for the New York Knights, and it's 35-24. Are you asking if I'm okay, Bandits APF 2K8? I'm great. This is what I live for. Wait, well, that sounds a little sad. This profession is what I live for. And New York kicks it away, down just 11. What a play made by Isaac Holt as the Crabs return to the 31. Oh, okay. First and 10 at the 31. After Isaac Holt's pick six, the first turnover of the day for Baltimore. An 11-point lead for the Crabs. Dazzo back to pass, trying to shake off the interception. Dumps it short for an 8-yard gain. I say short, but that's a nice chunk of yards on first down. Just FYI, largest comeback in league history was 20. It was last season when Kahlua beat Grand Rapids, scoring 21 unanswered points. Crabs had an 18-point lead. Second down and 2 on a trap play. Snyder running the wrong way, smothered, but did get the first down. Still, no diagnosis of Eddie Gage. First down and 10. Hand off to Snyder. Snyder tackled in the backfield. Excellent tackle. Eddie Gage has a high ankle sprain. He will be out 1 week, so he will miss the Minneapolis Maulers showdown. And that is huge against a team that all they do is pass. Lynn has some adversity to figure out as defensive coordinator for next week. But the Crabs lucky that it wasn't more serious. Dazzo drops to throw. And Snyder cannot pick up any yards. And this is a big third down and long if the Knights can get a stop here. Third down and 10. There's a look at Bobby Law and his cold breath. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the bottom of the formation, and Dazzo drops to throw, going deep down the field, caught by Quick at the 31. Man, Mike Dazzo, again, another pass on a rope downfield. Look at this wrap by Quick. Isaac Holt stood no chance. He's way behind the play. Holt ends up making the tackle. First down and 10 at the 31-yard line, and Baltimore is back in business. 2 backs and 2 receivers. Dazzo hands it off to Snyder around the left-hand side. Elliott Snyder past the 20, and Bobby Law smacked him at the 17, but 123 rushing yards now for Elliott Snyder to go along with a couple of touchdowns. And again, the Knights are in a situation where they need to hold to 3 points to keep it a 2-score game. Two receivers, Dazzo under center. Dazzo going to hand off to Snyder, who's starting to get hot. He picks up a couple. Now at 125, 2nd down and 8. DJ McCoo on the tackle. 59 points scored here in this one. 67 scored in the first meeting. 70 scored in the second last season. 2nd and 8 from the 15. Knights need a huge play. Quick is at the bottom of the screen. New York showing a blitz. They come with it. Snyder goes right up the middle. And a nice tackle made by McCoo. Only a 3-yard gain, 3rd and 5. The problem for New York is that they only have 1, maybe 2 first downs offensively in this 3rd quarter. They're all out of rhythm, so when this offense comes back out on the field, will they be able to respond? 3 wide receivers set. Dazzo out of the shotgun. Low snap, back to pass. Going to the back of the end zone, and the pass is... Oh! That was an interception! Isaac Holt took it away from him. You got to challenge that. New York's got to challenge that. That was picked off by Isaac Holt in the back of the end zone. Oh! No, somebody's got to challenge that. Oh, man, New York is missing a golden opportunity here. It looked like Holt had his 2nd interception of the day. Instead, Baltimore's going to have to kick a field goal, or going to get to kick a field goal. Wow. That looked like a pick to me. From 28 yards away, that field goal is good. And instead of an 11-point game, it's a 14-point game. Boy, post-game, we're going to have to take another look at that one. I don't know. 38-24. What a crazy series. I don't know what it looked like to you guys at home, but it looked like Holt was in. Baltimore kicks it away. Knights, pretty poor field position here. Generously placed at the 26-yard line. First down and 10 at the 26. The Knights are down by 14. And in need of some offensive production. Hand off to Heath Scholl. Oh, he's going backwards. Henry Hittner swallowed him in the backfield. Heath Scholl now 5.5 yards a carry. Actually, check that. That is Burrell Bruce again making a big play. The double 55, a bit confusing. 2nd and 15 for the Knights. And in the last drive, they had a 2nd and 17 following a holding penalty. They have put themselves in some really challenging situations. Backs in the backfield. St. Clair back to throw. St. Clair outside to Heath Scholl. Not a lot of room to run. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 12. Another 3rd and long for New York. Yeah, TJ Cagg, SFL. I don't know offhand, so I was just trying to direct you in the right place. St. Clair on 3rd and 12, first down, up the middle of the field. And that was Jake Legacy with the big catch. All reliable, 30 touchdown man. He might have gotten passed up yesterday on the league's all-time listings for receiving yards. But the man can still get it done in clutch situations. That was huge for New York as they keep the drive alive at their own 37. Three wide receiver set, two to the top of the screen. Far side right. St. Clair to pass. Down the middle again, off the hands of the intended receiver. That was Bruce, who was there covering. Slot receiver trying to make that play, and you got to make those plays when you're down 14. Another 2nd and long for the New York Knights. A wild one here in Buffalo, 38-24. The Crabs on top. Scored 21 unanswered points earlier in this game. New York trying to climb back in it. They'll throw it out to Heath Scholl, and Heath Scholl has been shut down on the outside by Joe Dazzo. Dazzo's the only man in this league that I can think of that can make that play on Park Heath Scholl without looking like a fool. Bad matchup for Park. It's 3rd and 10. St. Clair on 3rd and long. He's in trouble and he goes down. So the offensive answer, New York scores no offensive points in the 3rd quarter as Cody Walker comes away with the sack. The offensive answer is going to have to come in the 4th quarter for the New York Knights. As at the end of 3, it's Baltimore 38 and New York 24. This is Night Radio on 1000 KDUB. Overtime Radio, the defending champs on the ropes. We'll be back to Buffalo, New York and Metro Stadium after this.
The NRA is a dedicated group of over 4 million Americans working to protect your Second Amendment rights. And the NRA store is your official source for NRA gear. You'll find range bags, hats, clothing, home and office decor, tactical and shooting gear, gun cases, books, and much, much more. And 100% of NRA store profits go directly to support vital NRA programs. Visit nrastore.com or call for a free catalog.
Call me a fool for searching. Nessie doesn't want to be found. But I've got the new Garmin combo with the clearest scanning sonar images on the water. I can see Nessie's home and all the wee fish in crisp detail. I mean, look at it, look. It's her. Oh, you are real. You do exist.
The 5th quarter. 60 minutes after the game. When you finish the competition for good. Take in protein, start rebuilding muscle, and stay in the game. He's in the 5th quarter. Are you? Protein to rebuild muscle, Gatorade Recover, part of the G Series.
When you came into this world, you tumbled in head first. All arms and legs, looking everywhere, moving everywhere. You went where your eyes and ears took you. And little by little, you became you. You found tools to satisfy your curiosity because you wanted to see more and do more. And there was something to be found in everything. And little by little, it changed. People told you things, where to go, what to do, what not to do. Little by little, the world started to feel smaller. Only, it isn't. You're still here, and you're still you. The horizons haven't gone anywhere, and the tools you need are right here. So you can throw yourself at the world head first. Again. Introducing the all-new Jeep Cherokee.
New York Night Football on 1000 KDUB is brought to you by the Intrepid Fallen Heroes Fund, by Oakley, by Rockstar Energy Drink, and by the Southern Tier Brewing Company, the official brew of Metro Stadium. Start of the fourth quarter. And the Knights punting it away. And from the 30, the Crabs on the return to the 36-yard line. And let's take a look at the stats from the end of the third quarter. 400 yards of offense for Baltimore. That's the second straight game, or the third straight game, rather. They've done that against the New York Knights. New York with just 294 yards of offense. And in particular, the fact that Baltimore has outpassed the New York Knights is something worth mentioning. First down and 10 for Baltimore. The Knights need another defensive stop. And Dazzo's going to throw it outside, and that is a 2-yard loss for Elliott Snyder. Knights off to a good start here in the fourth quarter. They'll take advantage of that poor play. More stats from after 3. Both teams bid even on the third downs, on the first downs, although the Knights have had 8 more third down attempts than the Crabs, who are only 2 for 7 on third downs. And there you see Wes St. Clair has turned the ball over twice tonight. Second down and 12 for Baltimore. Dazzo back to pass, steps in the pocket, throws into traffic. Pass is caught by number 19. Albright brings up third down and 6. Mike Dazzo with players at his feet, making plays. CasualAdultGamers.com is an official partner of the Simulation Football League. If you want to join Xbox 360's online v online best experience of all pro football, head to CasualAdultGamers.com for more information. Third and 6 for Dazzo. 2 for 7 on third down so far in this game. Dazzo, wobbly pass over the middle of the field. It's intercepted and returned past the 40, past the 30. Isaac Holt is ripped down by his face mask. First down and more for the New York Knights. Isaac Holt is incredible.
Face mask, number 60.
That's going to place the football at the 11-yard line. And what was Mike Dazzo thinking? Lots to talk about on this play. Here's the look at the face mask as Isaac Holt got ripped down to the ground. And Isaac Holt single-handedly is keeping the New York Knights in this ball game. Parkeet Scholl, 15 carries, 82 yards tonight. Knights are down by 14. St. Clair calling a different play at the line. Pass caught by Chambers inside the 5 and pushed out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Second and 2. Are these two teams ever going to play a game that's a dud? Second and 2 from the 4. And St. Clair are going to throw to the outside. Touchdown, New York, and Jake Legacy. It's an 8-point game. This place is going nuts. Jake Legacy adds to his touchdown number glory. 31 touchdown receptions in 25 career regular season games. He is exceptional. Low snap again, this time for New York. Kick is good. Kickers have been strong tonight. Isaac Holt has 2 interceptions that have either directly or indirectly led to the last 2 New York Knight touchdowns. Their only points in the second half. Anybody having fun out there? From the 6, Baltimore on the return. And up to the 24-yard line. First and 10 at the 24. New York creeping up here. They've got 10 players, all 11 players on the screen, but 10 close to the line of scrimmage. Elliott Snyder going to try to get away from them all. And it gets tackled over the last line of defense after a 7-yard gain. 136 yards for Snyder now. 7.2 yards a carry. Second down and 3. Baltimore trying to fend off one of the wildest comebacks in league history. And there's still so much time to be played. Second down and 3. 2 backs and 2 receivers for Mike Dazzo. 4-3 look, they rush 4. Dazzo swings it out to Snyder. That's a first down. Past the 35. Before being brought down at the 38-yard line. Snyder moves the chains. First down at the Baltimore 38-yard line. Dazzo changing the play at the line. Quick is at the bottom of the screen, out at top of the screen. Dazzo back to throw, going to throw it short to Quick. Pass is caught and out of bounds after a 5-yard gain. Second down, half to go. Check out the Dark Lord's YouTube channel at user/DarthDestroMD. He's got classic NFL teams on All Pro Football 2K8 and a lot of fun CAG videos as well. The Dark Lord on YouTube, user/DarthDestroMD, an official cross-promotion partner of the Simulation Football League. On second down and 5, Elliott Snyder picks up just 2 yards. Bobby Law records his 10th tackle. Third and 3. I formation for Dazzo. It'll be a handoff to Snyder. It'll be short of the first down. DJ McCoo comes up with a stop. And on 4th and 1, what are the Crabs going to do? 9 minutes to go. They'll punt. And the Knights have a chance to erase an 18-point deficit on their next series.
Here I come, brother. I'm coming. I'm gonna block the punt.
Low snap, punter gets it off. Crabs kick it away. From the 17, Knights on the return to the 18-yard line. That's where they will start their next series. It's cold out there, 17 degrees and cloudy, a wind chill of 2. Snow will return to the area in about an hour. 8:56 to play. First and 10 at the 18-yard line for New York. St. Clair back to pass, swings it outside. Legacy dropped it. And that is Legacy's biggest problem. He has more drops than any other receiver in league history. He's the Brett Favre of receivers in terms of touchdowns and drops, touchdowns and interceptions. Second and 10, another second and long for New York here. The Baltimore defense has done a great job in the second half. They just have had a couple of mistakes that Isaac Holt has taken extreme advantage of. St. Clair's pass caught, a 4-yard gain, just past the outstretched arms of the defender, Nick Quick. You can see a $150 on 7 grabs tonight thus far. It's a 3rd down and 6. The Knights have faced nearly 20 third downs. And for the people that left from watching this game from earlier, they're missing an incredible 4th quarter as St. Clair drops to throw down the middle. Caught! First down! Nathan Chambers on a slant. 1st and 10 to the 34. First down and 10 at the 34-yard line. 8:12 remaining. 3 in the backfield for St. Clair. Eachel takes it on a counter, breaks a tackle, and picks up, or check that, stretch play to the right-hand side and picks up 4 yards. 2nd down, 6. Park Eachel last season, 1,263 yards and 11 touchdowns. Snyder, 1,460 yards more yards, but less touchdowns, 9. 2nd down and 6 with 3 in the backfield for St. Clair. And St. Clair hands it off to Eachel. Got some space around the outside. And it's a first down to the Baltimore 49. The little dynamo nearly broke it. Tackled from behind. So next week we got the Walsh War on Saturday afternoon, Honolulu and Orlando. Then we've got the CAG Cup Sunday afternoon before the Super Bowl, Minneapolis and Baltimore without Eddie Gage. And then Monday night we've got a rematch of the SFL Championship game between New York and San Francisco. What a week we've got on the docket. 1st and 10 from the Crab 49 for New York, down to 7 minutes to play. St. Clair back to pass. Trying to avoid another 2nd and long. Pass is caught, first down, and out of bounds with 6:56 to go to the Crab 37. That was close to being incomplete. I still can't believe the Knights did not challenge that Isaac Holt had what would have been his 2nd interception. And Baltimore will not challenge that catch either. Coach is keeping the red flags in their pockets thus far tonight. A 4-3 look, St. Clair back to pass. Swings it outside, caught by Chambers, a 5-yard gain to the Crab 32. A field goal would do New York some good, but remember, last year they lost 36-34. And I believe, anybody can correct me, but I believe they kicked a field goal instead of going for it on 4th down in that situation, and they ended up losing that game. 2nd and 5 in the 32. 2 wide receivers to the far side right. An I formation in a heavy stacked box for Baltimore. And St. Clair's going to swing it to the other side, and that's enough for a first down and more to the 22. Everybody gravitated towards Heachel, and Messi makes the catch for another night first down, and Bruce another tackle. That's good patience there by St. Clair. The Knights are 22 yards away from tying this game. Two backs and one back, 2 receivers. Heachel in the backfield. St. Clair will pass again. St. Clair going down the middle of the field. Oh, overthrew Jake Legacy, and he had him open too. Baltimore catches a break, 2nd and 10. Don't forget, if you played the Pick'em and Fantasy Football Challenges this week, you will get your results and where you stand Wednesday morning. Our volunteers, T-Pat and Alan J.D. hard at work tomorrow to make sure that we can get those results to you on time. If you didn't play, It's not too late to start. The new game opens up Wednesday as Park Hee-chol is hit from behind, a loss of 1. 3rd and long as you look at the quarterback numbers. Both quarterbacks chasing 300. For more details, including a video tutorial on the Play to Win challenges, and head to simulationfl.com or our YouTube page, and while you're there, subscribe at youtube.com/simulationfl. 3rd and 11. St. Clair's in trouble. Throws to the end zone. It is incomplete. Studwell, the intended receiver, and what a stand by Baltimore. And I think with 5.5 to go, you have no choice if you're New York but to bring out the field goal team and take some points. But man, they would have really liked a touchdown there. This is from 39 yards away, particularly since New York has lost 2 close games already to Baltimore. A 39-yard field goal for New York is good. And I didn't notice that they said Mike Daz only had 1 interception. He most certainly has 2. That's what the stats should say. 38-34. I mean, you guys saw Isaac Holt's 2 interceptions, right? I mean, how could you forget him? 1st and 10 when Baltimore gets the ball back, up 4. From the 10. Grabs on the return. Some space to the left-hand side and gets out to the 31-yard line. So New York does an onside kick. No play defense. Crabs were up 38 to, I believe, 24. 38 to 24, if I remember correctly. New York has scored the last 10 points. 1st and 10 at the 31. Toss play out to Snyder. And Snyder's got minimal space to run. A 2-yard gain, 142 yards now on 22 carries. 2nd and 8. New York Knights' next home game is next Monday against the San Francisco Bulldogs. Same time, same place here at Metro Stadium. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Night Radio Network, 1000 KDUB. 2nd down and 8 for the Crabs. 2 backs and 2 receivers. Dazzo going to hand it off to Snyder, and New York's ready for it. A loss of 2. And I think if you're Baltimore, you got to pass. You have to pass on this down. You cannot play this conservatively because the Knights could win it with a touchdown. And New York has struggled against the pass more so than the run tonight. 4 wide receivers. Trips to the left-hand side of the line for Dazzo out of the shotgun. Down to 12 on the play clock. Dazzo will pass. Dazzo looking down the field. Knocked away by Jesus Salvador. And it's 4th down, and the Knights will get it with a chance to regain the lead. At 1 point down, 18. That's great assignment football, as everybody picked up a man out of the trips formation, and Jesus knocks it away. Some nervous Baltimore fans, the few of them that could figure out how to get tickets here at Metro Stadium. Crabs punted away. Where will New York start the drive? The return from the 34. And will start from the 37. If you missed previous SFL action, it is on our Twitch channel or on our YouTube channel in high definition at SimulationFL, or I should say youtube.com/SimulationFL. Renegades defeated Bulldogs 27-17, and the Maulers crushed the Vipers 63-51. St. Clair on a 1st and 10. Outside to Heachel. Makes a couple people miss, but still only picked up 3 yards. Baltimore does it better than anybody else, defending Heachel on the outside. 2nd down and 7. Two in the backfield, 3:38 to go. Heachel's going to take a handoff, got a block! Heachel 1st down to the 48, a gain of 8 yards. Perfect execution. I believe that might have been Studwell on the outside. Baltimore lucky that was not for a bigger gain as we get another look at it. And hard to tell if that was Studwell or not. Whoever it was. 3:13 to go in the ball game. St. Clair out to Heachel, got a blocker. Heachel makes a move, picks up 7 to the Crab 45. Down to 3 minutes to go. The Kahlua comeback against Grand Rapids, that was impressive. But I think this would take it to another level, even though it was 18 points instead of 20. If the Knights end up winning this game, it could be considered the greatest comeback in league history the way they did it. St. Clair back to throw, out to Heachel. He did not get the 1st down. And the Knights are going no huddle. A 3rd down and 2. Great open field tackle by the Crabs. St. Clair to Heachel, and they got him again. 4th down and 2. Boy, I don't like calling that play again after Baltimore sniffed it out. That's a poor 3rd down call from New York, and this could be the ball game. One receiver either side. Last play before the 2-minute warning. 4th down and 2. St. Clair deep has a man, and he caught it at the 20-yard line. 1st down, Jake Legacy. We've hit the 2-minute warning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification along the Knights Radio Network. You're listening to the home of champions. Night football is on 1000 KDUB Overtime Radio. 1st and 10 at the 20. St. Clair back to pass, and the quick pass is caught. Out of bounds with 1:55 to go at the 16. A diving play on 4th down made by Jake Legacy saves the drive. And the Knights